Next one, anthropometry. Anthropometry. The anthrop, we already discussed yesterday. Anthrop means human. Anthrop means human. Metry, measurement. Metry means measurement. Anthropometry, measurement of the human body to understand human variation. Measurement of the human body to understand human variation. So the classic differences, right? So obviously, skull shape and the size help classify different population historically, right? Obviously, based upon the skull shape, right, the size, we are able to classify the different populations through history. And at the same time, measurement of height, right? So obviously, throughout the evolution, the height, the average height has increased. Average height has increased over the time span, right? So that is what we consider as anthropometry, the measurement of the human body to understand human variation. That means how the humans are totally different, that we are able to understand by anthropometry, right? If you take the people in the tropical regions, right, so they are lean. When you take the people in the temperate or in freeze regions, so they are not lean, they are bulky. So that is a clear variation when you can measure. So that is what we call anthropometry. Anthrop is human, metry is nothing but measurement. Anthropometry. Next one, osteology. 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 Osteo means bone. Osteo means bone. Osteoporosis, that is a disease that is caused because of the lack of vitamin D, right? Osteoporosis, the bones will become so fragile. Osteoporosis. Osteo means bone. Ology is study. So osteology is nothing but study of bones, including the structure, function, and the development. Right. So obviously in anthropology we study the bones because the bone remains is what we are getting, right? As fossils. Right. We are getting bones as fossils. So that is the reason why we have osteology. We study the bones. So, and we understand what is the structure of it, what is the function, and how it has actually developed, right? Osteologists analyze skeletal remains, fossils to determine characteristics like age, sex, trauma, and use in both forensic and archaeological studies. Obviously, once we get the bones, we will try to understand what can be the age, what is the sex, right, and how they had actually died, right? Is there any kind of an injury or anything, right? All this we are able to identify. That is osteology. Osteology. In archaeological studies, we study the bones, the fossil remains. That is osteology. Next one, hominid. 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 Any member of the biological family that includes humans and their ancestors. That is what we call hominid, right? So when you're talking about hominid, it is the family. So I'll stop the sharing over here and I'll share you one aspect. So you can see the screen here. You all can see the screen.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
1 minute. Okay. So in this you can see, right, this is the phylogenetic classification of humans, right? If you're telling that you're Homo sapiens, so we have classified all the living organisms, right? So when you're talking about the domains, eukaryotes and the prokaryotes, right? And when it comes to the kingdom, we have 5 kingdom classification, the Plantae, Animalia, so all this, right? So that is kingdom, right? And phylum, Chordata, subphylum, Vertebrata, and class Mammalia. So we belong to the mammals, and subclass, superclass, order, primates, right? Family, Hominidae, right? Subfamily, Homininae, tribe, Hominini, and subtribes, Hominina, genus, Homo, species, Sapiens. So ultimately, we'll use this to identify the organism, right? This is the scientific name, the genus as well as the species together. Homo sapiens sapiens. So this is the scientific name that we have got. But so all these have been classified in this fashion, right? From the larger domain to the smaller individual, right? So this is the phylogenetic classification. Okay. Now you see this, right? Hominid. Sorry. So who is called the hominid? Any member of the biological family that includes humans and their ancestors is hominid, right? Hominid means all the human ancestors belong to this group, hominid. Okay. So Australopithecus. So this is the fossil remains that we have got previously. So the famously known as the fossil Lucy, right? It is an early hominid species, right? Australopithecus afarensis, Australopithecus afarensis, that we will be studying when we study about the human evolution, right? So Australopithecus. So this is famously known as Lucy. This is the early fossil that we have got of the human ancestors. That is the early hominid species. Okay, hominid is nothing but the member of our family, our ancestors, all together, all the humans together belongs to hominid. Next one, bipedalism. Bipedalism. Bi means two, pedal means foot, right? That means the organisms which move by 2 feet, not four-legged animals, two-legged animals. That is what we call bipedalism, right? So bipedalism is nothing but the ability to walk on 2 legs, ability to walk on 2 legs, right? So that is the stark difference that we have. The characteristics of humans and their ancestors. Homo erectus, right? Homo erectus, right? The person who actually stood with 2 feet, right? So that is Homo erectus. Till that time, so we were using both all the limbs rather than only just 2 limbs. So that is bipedalism. The ability to walk on 2 legs is bipedalism. Early human ancestors like Australopithecus are bipedal as evidenced by the fossil footprints found in Tanzania. Right? Australopithecus is bipedal. So they used to walk on 2 legs rather than 4.